Waldu Burhana is a father of 3 and currently residing in Maqala. Before the start of the conflict in November of 2020, Waldu used to live in Bati, in southern Wallo in the Amhara region. He used to work for a company that used to export livestock. He says he had been able to provide a comfortable life for his family until he was ethnically profiled and arbitrarily detained by Ethiopian forces at the outset of the conflict.
ግብርና እየ ነይረ ግብርና ክልል ዓዲግራት ሰሪሐ ክልል ያው ብድሕሪ ግን ናይ ግሊ ወጽየ
I used to work in the Bureau of Agriculture in Tigrai. After that, I started working in a private company that exports livestock such as sheep, cattle, and camel. We were working in Mille, and then we moved to Bati. While I was working there, they came and said all the materials in the company belonged to the junta. That I was a junta and arrested me. They decided to kill us, Tagaru. They killed one Tigran that was with us. I'm supposed to be dead too, but members of the Oromo Liberation Army were able to free us.
Waldu's agony doesn't end here. After having escaped from the hands of the Ethiopian forces, he had to travel on foot for 8 days. And he would travel in the woods to avoid Ethiopian forces that he feared would kill him if they were to get hold of him again. But because he wasn't able to receive appropriate care, what once seemed like a small scratch has required his right leg to be amputated.
ኣብቲ በረኻ ናይ መንገድ ሸዓት 8 ሰዓት ኢና ኸይድና ድሕሪ ጸልማት ነይሩ ጫካ እዩ ወዲቐ ሽዑ ምንም ኣይተፈለጠንን
I walked in the wilderness for 8 hours straight. It was dark. I fell down. I didn't know that I was injured then. The next day, I saw a cut on my toe. I had stayed in the wilderness for 8 days. It was a small scratch, but since I have diabetes, it kept on getting worse and worse. I spent so much money trying to get treated, but they told me that it had to be amputated. Then my toe was amputated. Even after then, it couldn't get better, so they had to amputate a large part of my leg. In this process, I finished all the money I had and what others gave me. Neighbors collect money for my treatment. I'm in a terrible situation.
The Ethiopian government's blockade on medical supplies coming into Tigray has meant that millions, like Waldu, in dire need of medication, are having to go without it. While the closing of banks and other essential services makes it impossible to afford alternative forms of care.
ኣብ መቐለ ሆስፒታል በቃ ፋርማሲ የለን ተዓዊን ጥራሕ ናይ ኢንሱሊን ኸይኮነ መድሓኒት ጭራሽ የለን
I went to Maqala Hospital, but the pharmacy has nothing. It's not just insulin that I couldn't find, but other medications I need. There is a severe shortage of medical supplies. I'm probably in a better condition as compared to others like me. I at least have neighbors to help me. Others have given up. What is sad is medication you buy at an expensive price is expired and not effective. I have to spend about 1,800 birr every 3 days. We are dying when we have money in the bank. The siege is killing us due to starvation and lack of medication.
Waldu feels ignored by the world that has failed to take action to end the man-made humanitarian catastrophe in Tigray. He has this to say to the international community.
I feel like the world does not care about us. I want the world to act. People are suffering. Humanitarian aid should always be available to those that need it. It is a matter of survival for us. This is not about politics. This is about saving innocent people.
The Ethiopian government's declaration of a humanitarian truce almost 3 weeks ago is yet to bear fruit for many like Waldu, who after months of waiting are yet to get the care they so desperately need.